Okay, welcome to another video on things that are happening out there in the world, but another segment of the stream, if you will. So we're gonna read through the Dr. Disrespect interview that he had with, I think, PC Gamer. This article is written by Stephen Mesner. All right, so you're gonna see this. Check him out. Let's see if I can find his socials. His Twitter handle is Stephen Mesner, or at Stephen Mesner, senior reporter of PC Gamer, Discord, and then DM, Signal, all that stuff. You can email him, check him out, ask more questions if you need to after this article, of course. Okay. There's just two articles that I have to read. The most important one is definitely going to be this long-winded one that we're going to have right here. So let me get some context behind so that people understand. I would imagine that anybody that's watching this video understands what's happening with the whole thing, but essentially Dr. Disrespect got banned off of Twitch around the same time that a lot of people were getting banned or a lot of people were getting a lot of hate and getting canceled for a lot of sexual assault allegations. Now, that is only the timeline of all this stuff. That is only the timeline. I think around 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, yeah, two or 3 weeks ago, a lot of users were getting caught with this sexual assault scandal and all this other stuff. And I'm only bringing that up because I do want to bring into light the I do want to bring into light the time frame, okay? And the reason why I bring that up is because a lot of people are now using that as a speculation to say that Dr. Disrespect had some Me Too moment, have some Me Too allegation as well. Maybe something along the lines, nobody knows. Not even Dr. Disrespect, apparently, right? He doesn't even know why he got banned. Nobody knows why he got banned. And so this, at this point, from my knowledge, without reading this article yet, he and everyone on the internet have no idea why he got banned. A lot of people, again, speculations and all that stuff, but nothing too set in stone, right? Because again, Twitch hasn't released anything yet. Guy won't release anything yet on the matter. Okay. So there was some talk, Slasher said he might know something, Devin Nash said he might know something, and a bunch of other people said he might know something. But really, all of this is nothing more than just speculation and just thoughts of what happened. The last few minutes of his stream were kind of weird, if we watch the clips for that, but still nothing too set in stone that will explain why. Okay. Now, hopefully, with this Stephen Mesner on PCGamer.com interview, we might find something. Interview, Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect talks about his Twitch ban, the rumors, and his future. After weeks of silence, Dr. Disrespect BAME discusses about his Twitch ban and what's next. All right. 3 weeks ago, Twitch banned Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest streamers on his platform. The period of silence that has followed his ban from Dr. Disrespect, Twitch itself, and the insiders who claim to know the real reason why he was expelled only made the situation more strange. And in that vacuum of information, speculations and theories as to the reason why have ran rampant on social media. Earlier this week, Beam's publicist contacted PC Gamer to offer an interview with Beam. Bem. I will just say Guy. From the outset of its from the outset it was I'll say Doc, right? I'll say with Doc. From the outset, it was clear we'd likely get a little information on what exactly happened, but it was an opportunity to ask Doc on the record about the many rumors surrounding his ban and what the performer is planning next. given that there's so much speculation and reports from industry insiders like Rod Slasher, and that dox ban was allegedly handled outside of Twitch's usual protocol, which implies a law enforcement and or security type of related issue. We decided to publish this interview as it happened with only minor edits made for clarity and readability. Okay. You'll always see interviews do this, which is fine. I would love to see because this may have been like a typed out thing that was sent over. I would love to be able to see the interview without any edits, edits at all done to it. But this is what I was talking about. Because there were so many people that were giving allegations and giving the kind of input of what was happening, a lot of people came out and said that, hey, it was a security type thing, a law enforcement thing, like he was in jail, right? None of it was true, and none of it ended up becoming fact. The only thing that was weird is that he was banned. Like, he was straight banned. The channel's not there anymore. He was banned. But the only thing that people knew was that he was for sure permanently banned, right? Slasher came out with the notion that he was 100% for sure permanently banned. Devin Nash, I believe, also echoed the same sentiments. So let's continue. PC Gamer, it's been almost 3 weeks since you've been banned from Twitch. I imagine that is very frustrating. I would love to start with just hearing what's been happening behind the scenes with you. What's been going on these past 3 weeks? Sure, I mean, well, a lot of stuff, obviously. You know, when it's unfortunate that I'm off Twitch, we're definitely working behind the scenes on what a doc return might look like. In terms of the specifics around that, we're not interested in exclusive at this point. We're exploring our options, and honestly, we just can't wait to get back into character soon. We have a lot to do, and I'll be wherever fans want me to be. And you know, that's been our approach. Beautiful response on that. We're not interested in exclusive at this point. So I imagine that really there's only 2 platforms that he can go to that will provide any kind of substance to like the entire framework of streaming. Okay, right now we have 3 major players in streaming. We have the Twitch, we have Twitch, we have YouTube gaming, and we have Facebook streaming. Okay, Facebook streaming is super new, but a lot of smaller end streamers like Facebook gaming because it's very, very easy for people to monetize their streams with ads, with all that stuff, right? So the one thing that I can see happening, because Twitch is no longer a thing, right? He's going to be able to push the envelope on one of those 2 platforms. I would suggest, and again, the more obvious suggestion is to go with YouTube gaming. What is even more possible is that a third party, or I guess a fourth party, because Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, there would be another party that comes into play and says, hey, we'll give you like 80% of proceeds that we make and X amount of money on this thing, and you'll be like a primary shareholder on this streaming platform. Come stream on Caffeine, let's say, or come stream on D Live, let's say, right? So what he's saying here, we are not interested in exclusive at this point. What I'm imagining is that YouTube, like, he would need to push to YouTube to say, hey, I want to stream on your platform, but then that's where this whole thing is so iffy, because he doesn't have any leverage with Twitch. There's no leverage on Twitch. If Mixer was alive still, it'd have been cool to see Mixer be a player in this. Like, imagine this. Just imagine this, okay? If Mixer had survived another month, okay, they would have been able to scoop up Dr. Disrespect, right? Everybody that wants to watch Dr. Disrespect now has to go onto Mixer. Doc talks about his that this is one part of the thing I'm thinking about. Everybody was going to go to Mixer and now he'll talk about the whole experience and be like, you know what, Twitch didn't really help me, all this stuff. I didn't like what was happening, and now he has that leverage to say, you know what, don't use Twitch or whatever. He won't say that exactly, but it's kind of like presented in that way, because this could happen to you type of thing, right? And now the paradigm of Twitch being the main market holder and like the main big head of all streaming goes to now on Mixer, goes to Mixer and Twitch and YouTube, and those trio would have been able to kill it, right? Dr. Disrespect holding it, Ninja holding it, and Shroud holding it, right? But no, they had to quit. That's one part of it. There's another part of it. Oh, and now because there's no Mixer, Dr. Disrespect doesn't have a lot of options in terms of where to go, and the contract on YouTube would be a lot less, because they know that, at least YouTube knows that, hey, you know what, we don't really have that great of a place for you to be, so really it's not there's nowhere else to go. You should go to YouTube. And so, like, instead of getting, again, these are just numbers that I'm pulling out, just like numbers I'm putting out of my head. But let's say that he's getting offered like 5 mil, right? Instead of being able to get the 5 mil, he's now only able to get the 1 mil, right? In a contract of like 5 years, whatever it is. Again, contracts are very, very determined on stream time and all this other stuff. Deliverables, they call it. Anyways, when you say you're not interested in exclusive, can you clarify? Well, that's just let's just say that all the cards in the table. I'm more focused on making sure whatever we do next, whether it's a platform move or not, and that it's the right decision for the community and the Champions Club that follows me, and that makes sense to what I continue to accomplish with this character in terms of taking things to the next level. And whether it's streaming or outside of streaming, so it's just being conscientious of that decision. Interesting, whether it's streaming or outside of streaming. There's a rule on Twitch that says that you cannot show people on your channel that are already banned. So if Dr. Disrespect was sitting right beside me, this stream would not be able to happen. If Guy was right beside me, he would not be able to be on Twitch, right? So what makes me think is that he can go to YouTube, or he can go to like ESPN. That's interesting. In a follow-up email, Doc clarified that he's even considering streaming independently on his championsclub.gg website, in addition to other big options like YouTube and Facebook. That's a good thing as well. Streaming on an individual site, hosting a server so that people can come and watch your channel on said website. It takes a lot of data to be able to do that, though. And I would imagine that he can do it. It's just that he needs to really take into account the amount of people that are going to be connecting, the amount of seconds that people are going to be watching, the amount that people are going to be It's just a lot. It's just a lot. Given that connection that you have with your audience and how important that is, I'm sure you can appreciate that there's been a lot of concern and worry over the past few weeks. Why didn't you give people an update just to say hi, even if you had nothing really concrete to say? Okay. Well, to be honest, okay. So we got the news, and it was a total shock. Imagine just going to work one day and the door's closed and you can't get inside and you've been told that you're fired and you weren't given a reason why, And so for me, it was just an initial shock the way I discovered it too. I was on a buddy stream, and some of the features started turning off while I was just in chat and everything. And then all of a sudden social media was blowing up. I got on a call with my team, and after one quick email, it was all over. At that particular moment, it was more of just kind of shocked. Like, what just happened, And both my wife and I are just like, what's going on? So that's kind of how initially things kind of went down. And then from there, they're sort of just digesting it. You're sort of just digesting it. You're still not getting any answers. So that's kind of why I wouldn't have known what to say, We put out the one tweet, our statement, and that's kind of where things are at. That is super scary, dude. That is so scary. Because even imagine yourself, right? Imagine yourself working in a place where you're making six figures, okay? Let's say you work at a law firm. I'll just make that whatever. Let's just say you work at a law firm. You're making six figures. You go to work. You have your life set, right? You have your life set. You have a house. You have freaking wife and kids. You have a car that you're paying for. You have your mortgage and stuff, and like you have everything set. You have everything for you set. You go to work. You come home. You read a book or two. You go back to work the next day. You go exercise and stuff like that. You have everything set. And then one day it just boom, gone. Absolutely gone. And now you have to think about like, what the hell? What do I do? Luckily, in like the law firm example, you can go to another firm, right? You just put in your resume, put in all that stuff, and boom, you have it. Or you even start your own, right? That's pretty much what this is, right? Starting your own firm, starting your own streaming thing, starting your own, going to a different firm like YouTube, whatever. Yeah, it's the kind of same thing. I understand that you have a lot of business arrangements to consider too, like the TV show that you're working on with Skybound. I can imagine it's scary to be in this position where your main platform has been sort of yanked out underneath you. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of stuff that's in terms of the thinking, like, yeah, that's all going through your mind. For me, it was pretty tough I had to just get off of social media. I mean, I just to see all the speculations and the theories, things that my name has been surrounded with, and it was just really heartbreaking to a certain extent, because we worked so hard to get to this point, But we're ready to go. We're excited to take the next steps, and I'm really focused on the community for now. We've got lots of stuff planned, lots of projects that are in the work, and yeah, continue on, baby. And Twitch has just cut off contact with you. They never provided you with a reason for the ban. Yeah, that seems crazy to me, to ban one of the most famous, popular streamers and then to not even tell them what they did wrong. Yeah, that's kind of the mind-blowing thing about all of this. Obviously, for legal counsel, I have to be careful there. I have to be careful here. But I can say, however, that I will not be returning to Twitch. So I mean, that's it. I feel like he knows. Let me reread this, okay? Let me reread this. And again, it could be the way that they edited the, right? But you can kind of hear the context regardless, right? Okay. That seems crazy to me, to ban one of the most famous popular streamers and then to not even tell them what they did wrong. Yeah, that's the kind of mind-blowing thing about all of this. Obviously, for legal counsel, I have to be careful here, but I can say, however, that I will not be returning to Twitch. So I mean, that's it. So let's say that Dr. Disrespect got banned, and yeah, let's say he got banned, right? What I imagine that he may know is that like there's like maybe categories, like there's like a sexual harassment ban, there's like showing nudity on stream ban, there's like assault on blah 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 ban, and like there's all these things, and they just picked one, and it was too general, it's too vague that he doesn't know. But I would imagine that he has that little the reason why, but it's not like it's very specific to what he did. That could be a thing. I don't know. It's just sure, I'm not a famous streamer, but if I was a famous streamer, and I got banned for no reason, especially considering the Doc character and who he is, I think my response would be to get out on social media and shout from the rooftops and be like, hey, this is really unfair. I'm curious why you haven't done that. Well, I mean, I'm trying to take the best steps as possible, and there are things behind the scenes in terms of the legal standpoint that I can't, and that's where it's at. And so I don't want to go on social media and say the wrong things or the right things or whatever it is. And like, we made our statement, and that's where things are at now. As we build the game plan to make the Doc come back, that's still kind of in the works in terms of what the vision looks like. I'm working on my creative team, the graphics going on to make the whole Doc 3.0 experience to the next level, and so that's where my focus is right now. So you're able to confirm that legal action is taking place? Are you taking legal action against Twitch? We are considering legal action. Holy moly. We are considering legal action. When do you think you might have if ever have a definitive answer to the reason why you were banned? Honestly, we just don't know. Dr. Disrespect is a controversial character, and I don't need to tell you that, but almost baked into who he is as a person. Do you think that Twitch singled you out because maybe it felt like you were just too controversial for its platform? Honestly, I don't know. I've been very transparent with those around me and my community over the past few years, but I'm not a perfect person. I've made some mistakes, but if anybody knows me, follows me, I've stepped up and I've taken full responsibility each and every time. The behind the scenes behind the curtains, a lot of people don't understand how much work I put into becoming a better person for myself and family, as well as my business. I'm committed to investing in being and continuing to be a better person, and investing in creative projects around Doc. My focus now is just continue the momentum and return to my chair, hanging out with the Champion Club and launching a couple fun and creative experiences. Yeah, that's where we're at. Oh shit, what am I doing? Here, my phone. Sure, I want you to talk about that first. But first, you did recently ruffle a few feathers after sharing a video during Dr. Thomas Cohen. Wait, hold on. I want you to talk about that. But first, did you recently ruffle a few feathers after sharing a video during a stream of Dr. Thomas Cohen? And he was talking about some coronavirus theories. And he was talking about some coronavirus theories. You've been open recently and sharing some of your own thoughts about coronavirus, and even relating it to things like the 5G networks. Even on your last stream, you were talking about David Icke and his documentary. I'm curious, in bringing up those thoughts, and I think it's okay to call them controversial. Did you ever result? Did you ever result in Twitch saying? Did that ever result in Twitch saying anything to you or warning you? No. So don't you think that might be the cause? So you, oh wow. So you don't think that might be the cause? I don't think so. In fact, Doc's publicist comes in here. We're getting really close to dangerous territory here. So Doc, we don't know why Twitch banned him, and there's no formal warning or reprimand on record. That's all legal is going to let him say. Whoa, dude. Whoa, hold on. We don't know why Twitch banned him, and there's no formal warning or reprimand on record. That's all legal is going to let him say. I'm curious in bringing up those thoughts, and I think it's okay to call them controversial. Did that ever result in Twitch saying anything to you or warning you? But this is all like conspiracy theories, like conspiracy theory type of things, and it's like about the virus and all that stuff. And it's like, do you think that might be the cause? I don't think so. In fact, wow. Okay. Let's watch this after. Okay, I just have one question that's semi-related, because there's also this current climate online from people coming forward to share stories of sexual harassment and abuse in the gaming industry. Twitch recently has banned several streamers who have been outed as sexual harassers, abusers, and otherwise toxic individuals. To your knowledge, is your Twitch ban the result of someone alleging that you harassed, abused, or assaulted them in any way? Listen, I'm not interested in engaging crazy speculations. I've seen all the theories, I've seen all the possible conspiracies, and it's just like, I'm just not interested in engaging that type of stuff. I have a great community of loyal fans that I'm totally focused on getting back and delivering great entertaining content, and that's where the focus is. Yeah, I would think that it's so ridiculous that he's not going to talk about it. I respect that. That's fine. I respect that. Okay, we'll watch this after. Jamie got a lot to go through. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's switch gears here a little bit. Then let's talk about this reboot. What can you tell me about what you're looking to do now? Man, you're going to have to tune in to find out. That's part of the fun. I think that's one of Doc's things, is doing these cool projects and the big surprise elements that are involved, whether it's directly through the stream or a combination of social media and the stream. But fans should expect Doc 3.0. We're launching new cinematics focused on pushing the envelope, just like I tried to since I've started streaming, and that's the focus. I can see why it'll be exciting, especially for your fans, because there has been these controversies that you've gone through, and that's why, and they've always seemed to lead to a big evolution, evolution of who Dr. Disrespect is. You keep saying 3.0, it's just going to feel like a new reimagined Dr. Disrespect. I don't want to go into details of what that means, but when you start to look at potential projects outside the streaming space, and then you combine those with the character in the streaming space, I think you're going to see his universe open up a lot bigger, and that's probably the best way I could describe it. It almost sounds like a Marvel Cinematic Universe type thing that you're planning. That'd be the goal. That would be the goal. A movie, a Doctor Disrespect movie. That's pretty cool. It's always felt very avant-garde that you've had created this idea of playing essentially a WWE villain on a streaming platform. It's felt very novel. I can imagine it's exciting to see that idea take shape and grow bigger. Yeah, it's been very exciting. I'm surrounded by great people on stream, surrounded by great people on a great team. And we've been really working hard to try to get it to this point, over the past couple of years. And yeah, I'm sorry, let me read that again. I'm surrounded by a great team of great people on a great team. And we've been really working hard to try to get it to this point, over the past couple of years. And yeah, I'm just really excited for the future. Definitely. There was one thing I want to talk about to set the record straight, and that is the final moments of your last stream. People really latched on and analyzed those few minutes of you signing off because it seemed very out of character. You're watching these clips, and then all of a sudden your tone changes. Are you able to tell me what happened there? Again, I've seen all types of theories and speculations out there, and it's gut-wrenching and disheartening, but in terms of the particular piece, I could speak directly to, that was just, I was in the moment where I was sort of talking in what's going on in the world, If people had context of the clips going into it, and then coming out of it, I was talking about, all I was talking about was just the state of the world and what we're dealing with, and that we're dealing with the protests and the coronavirus and everything that's happening. It's just man. And at that particular moment, I think I was just kind of going through when we can break this funk of 2020. When can we break this funk of 2020? It was just me being real on stream. That's pretty much the context of it. Okay, so the David Eichmann thing was just him doing his research and just kind of sitting back a little bit and talking about it to his stream, and kind of telling his stream, hey, check out these pieces of works and really research your stuff, right? So I don't think because he said that he was not streaming, he was watching someone else, right? He was watching someone else, and then the features of the stream started to disappear. Is it pretty normal for you to break character like that during your streams? Yeah, I would say so. Whether it's a personal story with it could be related to my daughter or sports or growing up, I sometimes will step out of the fictional world of the doc, just so I can tell more of a human-sided story or a personal story, and then I'll be right back into character. Every once in a while, I'll do that. So yeah, everyone was watching the clip being this is the moment he found out, but you're saying it was completely unrelated. I'm sure you can appreciate how suspicious that looks in hindsight. Having this final clip of your final moment of the Twitch capture like that, yeah, it's interesting timing for sure.
Man. I was watching, so I should just put it on just chat. I mean, I kind of wanted to get off, but now I don't want to get off.
Anyways, but yeah, so you can watch that thing on Dr. Disrespect's final moments on Twitch, and you can see that weird position thing. Anyways, you said earlier that you're not interested in an exclusive deal, but is there a specific platform you're looking to migrate to in the near term? Oh no, we're not focused on the doc's return. Sorry, my phone. oh no, we're just focused on the doc's return. We haven't made any decisions on platforms. We're not interested in looking for an exclusive or any of that stuff. All the cards on the table. And again, it's just making sure that the decision that we make and the route that we take is a correct route for the community and to follow in. Okay, I think that's important. I think that's what's most important. The Champions Club. They want to see the Doc come back, and I want to get back. And yeah, we've definitely got some decisions to make. If he's so concerned about the whole, if he is concerned about the community, I see him going to YouTube. I see him going to YouTube and really doing something about a show, making a show, doing something along the sides of like making a show on YouTube, like a YouTube Red type of thing. Interesting. Okay. It's interesting because your streaming career has had a lot of ups and downs, maybe more so than any other big streamer I can think of. Part of that feels very on brand for Dr. Disrespect, as a character to get himself into these tough situations and persevere. But how does it all affect you personally? Oh, they absolutely affect me. They certainly affect me on a personal level. I've been challenged with anxiety for the past. I mean, high levels of anxiety I've even experienced in my life. The past couple of weeks, simply just because it's like, what the hell's going on, you know? Like, what happened? It's, yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course they affected me. Part of the thing about being someone in my position is kind of knowing how to deal with them, and in a real, authentic way, and making myself become knowledgeable of why I made the mistakes, and then bettering myself from that. And that's why, and that's what I've done with each sort of instance that has occurred, not just as doctor, but my whole life, you know. Oh man, okay, we're almost done. Okay, we're talking about how hurtful. You were talking about how hurtful it has been seeing social media speculations and stuff like that. You must be challenged. That must be a challenge because you are a public figure, and you have a connection with the audience online, millions of people, and that's necessary to make the doc successful. But at the same time, you're now in a position where that obligation to be online, seeing people say those things, is really harmful. How do you compartmentalize that part of your life? Well, it's an easy answer to that. I walk right from the studio right into my house and look at my family, my wife and my daughter, and the people that I'm surrounded with, the team that I'm surrounded with, and in terms of that part, we're in such a good position. We're in such a good state in life, and I feel so good about that. And to me, that's what's most important. Beautiful. 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 You're now in a position where that obligation to be online, seeing people say those things, is really harmful. How do you compartmentalize that part of your life? Well, it's an easy answer to that. I walk from the studio right into my house, and I look at my family, my wife, my daughter, and the people I'm surrounded with, the team that I'm surrounded with. And in terms of that, the team I'm surrounded with, and in terms of that part, we're in such a good position, we're in such a good state in life, that I feel so good about that. And to me, that's what's most important. Being able to disconnect yourself from the streaming thing is so important. I can't stress it enough. If you're going to stream, don't think of your views. don't think of your numbers as something that is wrong with you. Don't think of your anything. Like if you're doing anything, if you're doing art, if you're doing, music, if you're not making your quote unquote numbers that you're hoping to make, don't think that that is a personal attack or a personal like you feel like you're not good enough type of thing. Okay? It is only to say that you need to change something up and you need to get better at blah 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 in order to further your business or further yourself or further the amount of views you get. Don't ever think that you're lesser of a person because you're not getting the success that you want. And I think that goes with a lot of things in life, but that is a beautiful statement, because if you disconnect yourself and you find your happiness in in actual tangible things in life, right, in your happiness, right, then you're gonna find yourself a lot more successful. You're gonna find yourself a lot more successful, a lot more happy, and it'll be better for you. So once you step out of the streaming studio, you just sort of flip a switch, and suddenly that doesn't matter as much to you anymore, to a certain degree. I think this is a different instance because you're talking about career here. You're talking about financials. You're talking about like visions and projects that you that are put on temporary hold until we figure things out behind the scenes. And you're talking potential legal actions, and it's like okay. One facet of this story that is, I'll make sure, and I'm sure you're aware of this, there are other people coming forward and saying that they know the reason you're banned. For example, Ross Slasher was on a stream that just yesterday saying he knows why you were banned, but he doesn't want to say it because he fears it. Could things make him a target of a defamation lawsuit? What do you make of that? Listen, again, I'm not interested in engaging in any of that sort of crazy speculations. I'll say it again. I have a great community of loyal fans, and I'm totally focused on just getting back to the Champions Club and delivering great, entertaining content. Okay, but have you made any attempt to understand what he's talking about? Like if someone had dirt on me, even if I knew it was total bullshit, I would at least want to know what they thought they knew. Have you tried to contact him or any of his affiliated partners? No. At this point, my interview with Doc was up, and we said our goodbyes. Though we know more about specifics regarding Doc's ban and his plans for the future, and the biggest question about what happened and why remains unanswered. We'll continue chasing his story as news developments arise. Interesting. All right, so there's one other article that's here a day ago. Dr. Disrespect, I will not be returning to Twitch. Our interview with the confirms at the time is over, looking at other options. It's been a bizarre few weeks. For legal counsel, I had to be careful here. Okay, yeah, so he's just repeating the same things that he was talking about. Explained that he's not interested in exclusive deals. It's currently merch store. It's currently working on a merch store. During the interview, confirmed that they can take legal concerns for the rumors of the ban. There's crazy speculations. But Doc's statements only make the situation surrounding his ban stranger. Industry insider Slasher appears to be a notable streamer and political commentator Hassan Piker. Streamed earlier this week to discuss his own ongoing investigation on Doc's ban. During that stream, Slasher reasserted that the reason he hasn't come forward is because the circumstances that led to the Doc's ban are so serious that it puts him, even Slasher, at risk of a defamation lawsuit. So while Doc is beginning to return to the public eye, Slasher believes there's more to the story that is yet to be revealed. Well, obviously, Slasher. Anyways, my big thing about all of this is that regardless of where the Doc goes, Dr. Disrespect is going to have a successful career. He can go to YouTube, and I would think that he would have a better time in YouTube. And here's why. When you have Google money behind your back, you can do a lot of things. We're talking about a YouTube Red show, a YouTube Red TV show, like a show that you can do, a series. You can do a lot of collaborations with a bunch of other streamers and a lot of other content creators. It's super easy for people to find your content, because when not only are they looking for your content, but they're also looking at whether you're streaming or not. The left side, so if you go on YouTube, and this is just YouTube, right? You have this. See how it says down here that PewDiePie is live? Not a lot of people, like I'm not subscribed to a lot of people. Like I'm only subscribed to 123 people. And a lot of these are people that are friends and people that I've watched from a long time, super long time. These are what's it called? Imagine this, but in a position where you have users coming from Twitch to watch Dr. Disrespect stream on YouTube. Okay, they're not subscribed to a lot of streamers on YouTube. But what's gonna happen is that because these people are on YouTube, in order to watch like highlight clips, like this one, or like, you know, Dr. K talking about, or the Botez girls, or, you know, whatever, like people are interested, like even with like outside of Twitch world, like, you know, you want to look at reviews of like, you know, gear and stuff like that, right? Or like you're searching up things. This sidebar thing is always going to be there. And what's going to happen? You're going to see at least top 5 people here that you're going to see Dr. Disrespect's name up here. While the stream chat on its own isn't exactly, even though that this isn't exactly like the most flattering, isn't the most flattering in terms of like being able to like read and like emotes. Like emotes are not that great. These are the emotes that you can use. This is what's it called? This is PewDiePie's thing, right? Like these are emotes that you can use. And again, Doc coming onto here, he can easily touch these numbers. 53,000, that's nothing. All because people are going to be clicking up here to watch a new video. They're going to look here. They're going to see this different. Okay, they're going to see this different, and they're going to click on it. My firm belief that YouTube will be the decision that he's making. My firm belief that YouTube will be the thing he's making here. And this is from an hour ago. Let's see this.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control.
Ooh.
It's out of my hand.
6.4 million views.
Take away the power of my
That's fire. That is fire. Okay. Let me tell you that I think his branding is red, right? So yeah. Like that's so, oh my god, dude. You don't know how perfect. You don't know how perfect it would be for him to just go to YouTube. If he goes to YouTube, I'm going to YouTube. Done. Yeah. Yeah. If Dr. Disrespect goes to YouTube, I'm going to go to YouTube. Yeah. The reason for that is because I firmly believe that the discoverability on YouTube is probably a lot better than it is on Twitch. I've been on Twitch for X amount of years, been on and off here and there, been growing very slowly in terms of getting followers and subscribers and viewers and all that stuff. I firmly believe that if Dr. Disrespect goes to YouTube, that he will succeed at least 5-fold. But that's just my speculation. I want to say that I'm going to go to YouTube, but man, I've been working so hard on this. What would I have to change? What would I have to change in order to get... Well, definitely all these clips and stuff would be a lot harder to make. But we'll see. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. And that's just the article reading and my speculations and my talk of what was happening. Go check him out. Wherever he goes, check him out. Okay? He's going to do big things. He's going to do big things. I can see him making movies. I can see him making TV shows. I can see him doing radio. I can see him doing freaking TV, like actual TV shows, Netflix series. He can do, imagine him doing an Amazon Prime, an Amazon original series. That'd be funny. I want to see him buy Twitch. All right, well, we'll cut it there.